Alright, hi guys, this is Jeffrey and Won-Jin. We're going to be talking to you today about household credit card debt. Now, household credit card debt it's pretty interesting because this is one of the determinants to the aggregate demand curve and why it shifts. Now, when you think about household credit card debt, you probably don't want to have it. You don't want to have it. This is something you don't want to have. And it's measured, there are 3 ways to measure it, which we will cover throughout this video and why it shifts the aggregate demand curve. So, moving on, hang on, it's just a bit slow. Moving on, okay, so here we have, this is how it's being measured. We measure household credit card debt by using average credit card debt, average mortgage debt, and average student loan debt. Now, this is just a simple statistic we pulled off the internet from God knows what website, but this is written by Tim Chen, and as you can see, this is the American Household Credit Card Debt Statistics for 2014. So, we won't be exactly using these numbers, but this is just to give you a little bit of an insight on how crippling debt can be. As you can see, it's not really good based on the graph. Okay, so moving on. Household credit card debt works in 2 ways. So if your debt increases, you're going to be inclined to spend less, which means the aggregate demand you have will shift left. It will go down. And when we're drawing the aggregate demand curve, it's important to note that we use the average price level because we're assuming everything is equal, ceteris paribus, and that's our y-axis, and our x-axis is real output because that's how much we're outputting. So, moving on. Y is just regular debt. There's no increase or decrease in debt, but the household still has debt to pay off. Now, as I previously said, the more debt you have, the less inclined you are to buy things, which is why your aggregate demand shifts left. Now, if your debt were to decrease, then you'd be inclined to spend more because you have less to pay off. Thus, this results in a shift to the right of the aggregate demand curve, an increase in willingness to spend. So, how is this effective in terms of regular daily life? Well, most people will get into debt when they grow up and go to college, and this is what most people would do if they were in debt. If you have more debt, if your debt increases, you're going to be inclined to spend less. If you have less debt, you're going to be inclined to spend more. Now, this is assuming the price level is the same. Now, it might not always be the same, but generally this is what will happen. Alright, so we're going to wrap it up, and thanks for watching. Animations were a little bit slow, but hope you could get something from this, and this is Jeffrey and Won-Jin. Peace out.